Hey, what's up? It's your girl King Glow. You already know the vibe. It's GC Radio, baby, on the go. And that's right. Today we have an exclusive interview with world renowned fighter, boxer. I'm going to get into the accolades. Three-time national champion for Barbados, three-time silver medalist at Super Channel Canadian Championship, four-time Golden Gloves champion, Olympic alternate in the 2020 Olympics, Caribbean Championship gold medalist, four times provincial champion, and currently holds two of the American Boxing Federation super flyweight belts, five wins, one loss, four KOs. And let's just mention this about that loss. That boxer does not want a rematch. And ranked 100 in the top 100 by IBO and ranked number one in the Canadian super flyweight division. Please welcome Paige Suchit, and he's accomplished all of this by 23. Whoa! And one of his trainers, John David Jackson, and he is also a two-time world champion. Let's get into this. So, Paige, I have to ask, one, how does that feel to have all of that going on right now?
Just regular.
It's just
Been boxing a
regular.
long time, just regular. There's a
Really?
lot
So
more I could be doing out here. There's a lot more people that have been doing a lot more, you know?
you are
And,
so humble. Oh my God. No wonder you're chosen. That's why you're
uh,
so humble. Like, when did you, I have to ask, what age did you start boxing?
I started at I started boxing at like 12 years old. Yeah, 12.
At 12. And wait a minute. You started boxing at
Wow.
12. Right. You see? And he's just like, it feels regular. So you started boxing
Yes.
at 12 years old and has
Yeah.
already accomplished all of this. And that feels regular. You are a true champion. You are,
Most kids that start at this age, like most champions start young at like 12, so it's regular to
yeah,
all of us. I'm pretty sure John started when he was like same age as me, no?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
goodness. So let me ask you this. You started at 12. When did, was it a choice or was it like, you know, a
yo,
lot
my,
of,
my dad put us all because there's a bunch of us, like
mhm.
my brothers, like two other brothers, so he put us all in boxing just so we
Awesome.
can learn to defend ourselves, you know?
Yeah. And apparently you defend yourself well.
Yeah.
Paid off. Okay, so let me ask you, like, when did you know that this was actually what you wanted to do? Now, I understand that your father put you in boxing for self-defense, but when did you realize, hey, wait a minute. One, I'm good at this. Two, I like this.
Yeah, I think I was in grade seven, and I was watching Adrian Broner, this boxer named Adrian Broner,
I know who
and then
that
I was
is.
like, I was watching him, and they were talking about how he's the next Mayweather. And I was just watching all of his highlights. I just remember just watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos on Adrian Broner and watching his fights, and this was like just before he was coming up. So like after that, after I watched that video. I
Hmm.
was just because I always knew I wanted to be a professional athlete. So I
And you
was
did
playing
that.
basketball and I was playing hockey. But
Okay.
like, them sports I already knew I like. There's too much to go into that to like make it like size, money, politics, all that.
Yeah.
Boxing, I was like, all you gotta do is knock everybody out, and then you're champ. Like they really can't, they really can't say anything, you know. You knock
Right.
everybody out, you're the guy. Like there's not much to it. So I'm like, I think that's the best option because I'm not trying to like depend on anything else. Like all I
Exactly.
gotta do is just knock him out, okay? So I'm just watching Adrian Broner, and then I see like from my size and my height, like I'm just skinny and tall. So I was like, yo, I was just thinking about all the attributes I had. And I was like, hey, yo, boxing makes the most sense. Like, and I'm already pretty. Like, I was already good. Like when I started, I was already good. So I was like, yo, I seen Adrian Broner, and I was like, money, boxing. I just put the picture together, and I was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna go do. And I literally went
Oh,
upstairs and I told my dad, I was like, yo, we're gonna go do this boxing thing. I'm gonna be a professional boxer. I'm gonna go hard. And then my dad's like, you want to do this for real? And then he's like, I'm gonna talk to your coach, and we're gonna set up the schedule. And then from there, I just started going hard
that is
every
so
day.
awesome. Awesome. So it was
Mm.
middle school and you just knew
Yeah, middle
that this
school.
was
Yeah,
what you wanted to do. And that is so amazing that one, you decided that this is what you wanted to do, and then you put action to your words and manifest
for
this whole
sure.
thing. And that is dope.
Um,
Like, that's crazy dope. I'm just,
That's just because
wow.
my parents, like my dad, he always said you can do anything. Like when I was
Yeah.
young, he's just like, yo, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I was like, yo, I want to be like earlier, I want to be a professional hockey player. I want to be this. I want to be that. Like he'd always just say, yo, you can do anything. Just tell me what you want to do. And then like I always knew because they're like in middle school, that's when in school they'd be telling you like, yo, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to be lawyers? Like, pick out what classes because we were on the computer picking
Hmm.
out where we want to do in the future. So when we go to high
Right.
school, we kind of knew. And then yo, they had no options on becoming a professional athlete. So I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? I was like, yo, this don't make any sense. All good. And then, yo, my
Yes.
dad was just like, yo, you want to be a professional athlete? You can be a professional athlete. So I just told him,
Yes.
and then, yeah, I just put
That is, I
after that.
love it. That is awesome. And you're right. It's kind of like, you know, in school they don't teach you that, and
Yeah.
if it is a professional sport, it's always football or football, basketball,
Hmm.
baseball, stuff like that. And there are other sports out there that are, hey, they pay well, and if you have that
Yeah.
mentality, they actually are good for you. And I'm glad that
Yeah,
you
for
said that,
sure.
and I'm glad that at a young age, you're young still, like at a
Yeah.
young age, you just decided you knew what you wanted. So now it's like so crazy because I have to ask, what did it feel like for you to choose this and to put the work in? What did it feel like that first
It feels
that first
like
win?
that first, I don't know, it just felt so regular. Like, boxing just so normal to me. Like, even when my first win, my first everything in boxing just so normal to me. Cause like, my dad grew up watching boxing. My older brother boxed, so it's just whatever,
Okay. So it's
you know.
second nature
It's
to
just
you.
whatever. Yeah,
That is
I like,
amazing.
I like, I like the what's it called, the showman to boxing, like the entertainment. Like that shit's fun
Yeah.
to me. Like
Yeah.
walking out, all that.
You're just a nat.
That's
It's
what
so
you
crazy.
know.
You're a nat. This is I've never, I am going to say this is the first interview I've ever spoken with someone who they're in their gift, like really in their gift. When you say,
What?
because a lot of people, I do interviews all the time, and your answers are just blowing me away because you are so just like, this is who you are. This is what you were born to do. And it's not
No, for real.
hype.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
It's just you. You're
Yeah,
just
just
so natural.
yeah, straight up, just born into it.
Yes, yes. Now let me ask you this. What does your regimen look like? Like your daily regimen? I see you drinking water, like, and I'm just like, wow, he has a jug of water because I'm a water drinker. So I'm just like,
Yo, Miami,
wow.
it's hot out here, man. You need to drink water. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. I used to live in Miami, so trust me, I know. I definitely
Get
understand.
dehydrated, start cramping if you don't drink enough water, for
This is
real.
true. This is true. This is true.
Uh,
This is true.
but
So the mindset, how what is your mindset going into a, because it's so natural for you, what is your regimen and your mindset when you're preparing for a match?
Okay, so like before like a fight, I guess you'd go into camp like 2 months, couple months before your fight, like 2 months, maybe 3 months. But yo, I'm honestly training all the time, all year, every day. Like I'm already in camp mode. But like yo, camp
Right.
mode would be like I wouldn't be seeing anybody. I'll just be training
Mm-hmm.
and like go home, watch film, like just anything to do with boxing. That's what I'll be doing.
Right.
Like right on my regular, like I train like I'm in camp mode, but like I'd be doing like extra activities, like go out, go eat, go watch a game, go do stuff. But like when I'm in camp mode, there's literally nothing. It's just box, sleep, train, eat, go home. Like yeah, I'm just cut out from the outside world
Right.
basically. I don't
You're
really talk to
focused.
anybody. I'm just focused on my fight. I just surround myself with boxing. I'm just thinking boxing all day basically for two
Okay.
months, you know?
Okay. Okay. Now, my next question is for you, John.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been training Paige?
I think we've been together 2 years now, I believe.
Yeah.
About two
Maybe
What
years.
three, I
was
don't
the
even know.
what was the deciding factor in taking on the training for him?
Well, I actually, he was introduced to me through a mutual friend of ours,
Mm-hmm.
his father and I, and they were looking for another trainer to take the next level. And my name was mentioned, and just by chance, we happened to be able to meet one another. And they flew down to Florida, and I like what I saw. I mean, the kid, he can fight. He's definitely a good fighter. Uh, his last fight, unfortunately, he didn't tell anyone that he was sick, and that was the downfall
Mm.
of what happened. He's a tough
Like
kid,
a
so
true champion.
he decided not to tell anybody. I wish he had, but he fought through it, and hopefully to make him a better fighter because now he knows you can't go into a fight less than hundred
Still,
percent of
it's
what you should be.
okay.
Yeah,
But here's the crazy part. That fighter doesn't want a rematch.
at all. So
See what I'm saying? So it
that tells
does
you something. Yeah.
exactly. It tells you something. As a two-time world-renowned champion yourself,
Yes.
when what is it that like what is it that you see when you see Paige? How far do you see him going? Give me 1 second. I think we have him on another one. There we go. I think I have two of you in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
um,
because I downloaded the actual app.
oh, okay. Okay. So let me see. I'll just take this one down. Oh, okay. Which one you gonna be? Okay, you gonna stay on that one? Oh, there we go. Two of you is there you go. That two is cool. But so when training a boxer and when like you said you already knew, but as a champion yourself, what was that defining moment or the thing that you saw when you got that call that made you say yes to
Well,
being his trainer?
when he came down the floor and I watched him the first day we worked out, I could see, he definitely has the frame because he has an advantage of being as tall as he is for the weight that he fights at. But just watching him work out, it showed me that he had the talent and the fact that he came down there showed me the desire to become world champion. Anytime you leave your comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
and you go to a new place and there's a new person involved, you have to be able to say within yourself, I guess I can use this person to make me a better fighter. Because if you don't gel or you guys don't mesh very well, then you got
Mm-hmm.
problems. And
Exactly.
luckily, I let Paige be Paige. Any fighter that I train, I don't try to change your style because that's
Mm-hmm.
not what I'm here for. I'm there to teach you how to become a better fighter and have longevity in boxing. And Paige,
Mm-hmm.
his style allows him to do that. So my job is not to try to change him around, but make him a better
Right.
fighter at what he does. And I allow him to be himself because that's how it should be.
Awesome. 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 And what is now? It takes a certain discipline for a fighter to reach the goals that you've reached. And this is going to be for both of you. Okay. So, one, the discipline. How do you set the tone for your discipline, Paige? Like to do this, get up every day and train. It takes a certain type of discipline and mindset to do that. Like to you're 23.
But
You're 23 years
I
old. You know,
honestly, I
most
just love doing
23-year-olds
that.
are like this. You know that, right?
Yeah, I just love doing that. Like I don't, I just like waking up. Like I like being active. Like I don't even like sitting still. You know what I mean? So like
Me, same.
it's just something to do. Even when I'm
Right.
not like, even if I wasn't fighting, like if I'm retired, I'd still probably wake up early because like I just even when I'm sleeping, I feel like when I'm sleeping, I'm missing out on something. I'm like, I'll be waking up 3 hours in, like, what's happening? Like
Right.
I cannot sit still. Like I can't sit still. So like me waking up at 5 a.m. to start my day, like I like it because I'm getting active early.
Right.
You know what I mean? Boxing, just something to just do. Like I need something
Right.
to do. Like if I didn't have boxing, I don't know what I'd be doing. Like
Right.
because I
You
need
have
to
a
be
lot
moving.
of energy. You have a lot of energy. So let me ask you, what it takes a lot of discipline to become a trainer and then to know that you hold the nurturing and caring for these future champions and Hall of Famers.
Mm.
Like, how do you discipline yourself and continue on this journey? What's the discipline like for you as a trainer?
Well, you have to love what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And since I was I say, about 8 years old, I started liking boxing. One day I saw a picture of Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier on just covers everywhere. I was a little kid. I said, how come these two guys, they're everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what drew my attention to boxing. And so you have to love this. You have to love what you do. And I've always loved boxing. And I never get tired of doing it. And I love to teach. I'm not the kind of guy who tries to ram stuff down your throat and you can do all this, do all that. No, like with Paige, he knows how to box. He doesn't need me for that. He needs me to teach him how to become a better fighter. So we work on small things that make him a better fighter because he knows how to fight already. And it's not my job to try to recreate him. He's already been created through God, the way he fights.
Mm,
So my job is to make him a better
mm.
fighter and
I
let
Good,
love
let, let, let,
that.
good.
let him let him
I
be
Yeah, me
himself. Let him
too.
love
be himself.
that.
Let him be
I
himself.
love that. And that is, oh, this is one of my favorite interviews. I'm going to say that you guys are saying things that I'm so serious. A lot of people don't say or acknowledge. I love the fact that you acknowledge that Paige was born. He was already born to do this. This is he had it in him. He chose this and he made this happen and you allow him to you just nurture what's already there. You don't, like you said, you don't try to change him. I think that is phenomenal. I think that says a lot for who you are as a trainer and how you see these future, history makers,
Yeah.
because they are golden. He is golden. He is a force to be reckoned with, and to have that opportunity to be in his circle and help to um, nurture his path and his talent. That is a beautiful thing, and your outlook on it and the way that you look at it, I
Mhm.
commend you, because that's awesome that you have that perspective on being a trainer.
Yeah.
And Paige, I'm so floored with you right now. You're just one of the most laid back, just humble. I mean, for you to accomplish so, you're one of the most humble
Alhamdulillah.
ever met in my life. Just it's so crazy because you have this big energy, like it exudes through this interview. You have this big energy.
Word.
You're so laid back. You're like a gentle giant. Like you're just laid back. Like, yeah,
I
I
feel
can
you.
knock people out, but like, okay, yeah, I do that. And that's so cool. That's so cool. So let me ask you this: when you are not boxing, what? Because I know that you know a lot of people in their time off, they do whatever they do in their time off, and I know that you love boxing. So what does Paige's social life look like when he's not boxing? Clubs,
Um,
dinners, movies. What do you like to
I
do?
like to do everything. That's why they call me Hollywood. I like to do everything. I like to go out. I like to enjoy life for sure.
Right.
Like I like to eat. I'm a big foodie. I like to eat good. Like I like to try new restaurants every day.
Awesome.
Events. I like networking, meeting new people, socializing. It's a big part of me,
Awesome.
socializing. Like I'm always outside, like,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
always
okay.
networking, always talking to people.
Awesome,
For
awesome,
sure.
awesome.
So my outside life consists of everything, like everything.
Every
Movies,
okay.
nightlife, everything. I don't have to be drinking, smoking to have fun. Like you could just
Right.
vibe
No,
and
I
just
feel you
chill,
on
you know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you on that
I
too.
definitely understand
Mhm.
that. That
and
is
and people be outside, like the people that you want to meet, they be
mhm.
outside at night, so you got to network with these people. You want to, meet people who own companies and who own
Right. You're
businesses.
right.
They all be outside at the club partying, trying to have fun. Like I met so many people at the clubs that I know that are like business owners.
Mhm.
Like all these people could be potential sponsors. So
Yeah, because they want to unwind too. And you're right.
yeah.
A lot of people don't, a lot of times um going out and clubbing and things like that, people are
You go out, you mingle with these people, they like you. They're like,
exactly.
yo, you're a boxer? They're like, oh, I'm gonna come out to your next fight. Yo, I own this company, let me sponsor you. Or let me put my stuff on your trunks. You know what I mean?
Right. Right, exactly. So, let me ask you this. What is presently right now, what do you have going on?
Right now, I just moved to Miami, so
And what's that
I
like
just
for you?
moved
Where
to
did you move
Miami.
from?
Life is good, hasn't been better.
Yeah, Miami.
Life is
Love.
good,
I
man.
love Miami life. I lived there myself. Um, let me ask you. So, where did you move from?
From Canada, Edmonton.
Okay, okay.
Man,
And what?
I had to get out of Canada. Canada is just too small. Nothing's happening. Like, bro, I swear I know everybody in my city, you know? Like
Right.
I know everybody in my city, everybody knows everybody. Like you can't get much bigger. There's not much.
Uh oh, he cut off. He'll be back, I am sure. Okay, now let me go ahead. I wanted to ask you some more questions. What
Hmm.
got you on your journey to boxing? Like when you started boxing? Oh, you know what? More importantly,
Hmm.
boxing then versus boxing now.
Okay. Okay. Let me answer your first question real quick for you.
Hmm.
I got started on boxing. As a kid, I loved it, but I didn't know. I didn't really understand it. So when I
Hmm.
was 8 years old,
Welcome back.
a friend of mine, we were walking to a basketball gym to play basketball.
Hmm.
But in order to get to the basketball gym, you had to go to the boxing gym. So we're walking through, and he says, "Hey man, let's try it." I said, "Okay." So he gets in the ring with this guy and beats the crap out of him. So I'm next. So I'm all hyped up. I get in the ring, and this guy beats the crap out of me. But I loved it. I went home with a bloody nose, and I ran home and told my dad I was boxing. And I loved it, and he walked me back to the gym and told the trainer at the time, "My son can't box for 6 weeks. You have to teach him how to box properly before he gets in the ring again." And it was just something that I loved. So my very first fight, it was the Golden Gloves, and I fought the guy that I sparred with initially the first time. I beat the crap out of him. I loved the boxing. It was something I just loved from the time I was about 3 years old. My dad said I would watch fights with him on TV, and I would just point the TV and say, "I want to be one of those guys right there when I
Oh
grow up."
wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So my second question: boxing then
Hmm.
versus boxing now.
Boxing
Well,
back then
the
for
main difference,
sure.
the main difference that I really see, it's not. I don't blame the fighters. Here's the problem: it's the promoters. Because back in my era, you had Don King, Bob Arum, all these guys. Don King was a hustler of boxing. He didn't just rely on TV, on the TV rights. He had the live venue, the gate. He get money
Word,
from all kind of places. That Bob
Mm-hmm.
Amber was the
word.
center. Most of the promoters in my day they would hustle. Today's promoters they don't hustle that way. And now the problem with boxing now is there's no major television. CBS no longer, ABC, NBC, TBS. You got ESPN, but ESPN on a lower pay scale.
Mm-hmm.
So today's fighters, the number two reason why it's bad, and he is not. I'm not trying to hurt him in any way, but Al Heyman he hurt boxing more than he helped him. I'll tell you why. He raised the bar as far as the money. The guy started making bigger money, but he'll only allow his fighters to box twice a year. A
Mm.
fighter needs to be active at least 4 times a year to keep especially if you're a good fighter. You got to keep that
Mm-hmm.
those tools
Yeah.
sharpened. And Al Heyman will only give you 2 fights per year. And now these guys, today's fighters, say, I'll fight twice here because you're making like $2-3 million a fight. Yeah, you don't want, all they want to do is fight twice here, and for the rest of the time, they just want to mess around, do whatever they do, party, and whatever they do, they do. But it hurts them because the more you fight, the more name recognition you get out there in boxing. The
Exactly.
more the people see you,
Exactly.
and they want to see you fight more.
Exactly. And you're
So,
right. There's not a lot of fighting. The fights aren't as fluent as they used to be. Like
right.
used to see boxing all the time. Like you would see
Yeah.
matches and everybody
Oh
was,
God.
it was an opportunity. And not only that, that also gave more opportunities for people to
Yeah.
come up and you see more fighters,
And
you
Yeah,
know.
straight up.
also the
You'd see way more
yeah.
fighters, man. Nowadays, people don't fight.
And also the
People don't
problem
even
is
like the
social
sport, man.
media, with social media,
Mhm.
the fighters are pretty much their own matchmakers. Because say I'm in Paige's weight division and I call him out. We start talking trash on social media. The fight might get made, but it's the fighters doing more than the matchmakers. Anybody else is doing, or the managers are doing for the fighters. And that's why you don't see too many fights because the promoters they're not getting involved. They're not trying to say, hey, let's match these guys up.
Right.
The fighters now are the ones that are their own matchmakers. They're calling out other fighters.
Exactly.
If it
To
happens,
make it
if
happen.
you have a big enough following, you might make it happen. But if you're a guy with a record of 10-0 or it's 4-0 and you get 1,000 followers, don't nobody care.
Hmm.
And you might be
And
you
you could
might
be
be
the next big thing.
yeah
But
yeah. They don't care 'cause they don't know you.
hmm
You get a guy like, and I'm not trying to drop name, but a guy like Ryan Garcia, very popular kid. He's just going the wrong way with what he's doing now, and society is so crazy now. They love that, so they'll follow him and hope he gets a fight with whomever he's trying to get his next fight with. But a good fighter that's not really a marquee type fighter, or maybe a low key individual, so he's not on social media, building his brand as they say nowadays. Then
right,
he's not getting fights because nobody knows of him, nobody cares. Now he
right.
could be the greatest fighter, but if you're not able to showcase your skills on TV, who knows? Who knows you? Who knows of you?
Exactly. 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 And the craziest thing is that fighters have to, that's the way that they have to advocate for themselves. Like what you said, the Don Kings and that era, um, it's now pretty much because of the promoters and, horrible, just people who hold the rings. You know, they're
Listen,
not giving
yeah.
that, they're not scheduling it. It's
Case in
you.
point for you, real quick.
Hmm.
I'm gonna cut you. Case in point.
No, no, talk.
Jake Paul. Listen, I have nothing against him. Don't even really know him.
Hmm.
He's making money, but here's a guy who's not even a professional boxer. He's taking boxing to another level because luckily for him, for boxing, he keeps boxing relevant because he's not a real boxer, but he keeps boxing in the press because he's
Hmm.
always fighting somebody. But here's a
Hmm.
guy who came out of nowhere, couldn't fight a lick. He's making more money than the average fighter, and that's just how
Mm.
social media works today.
Mm. Mm. And that is, it's amazing that, like I said, it's crazy that you have to become your own promoter.
To a degree, yeah.
It's so crazy that you really literally have to become your own promoter, and then you have these people holding the keys to the actual fights. And you know it's amazing that I see it. It's no different from like how they do those versus battles with the music. I see it, like you
Yeah.
said, with the boxing. It's like, oh, let me call him out so I
Bro,
can get that
straight up,
money.
boxing's just a joke thing now, fam. That's why I moved down here to Miami, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing's just a joke thing. That's why I'm here in Miami, trying to build the brand, network with all these people, do all this goofy shit, because it's just an entertainment thing, fam. They just want to see a show. They just want to
Mm-hmm.
see a show. They don't really care about real boxing. But yo, that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna bring them. I'm gonna bring them a show, but I'm gonna show them what real boxing is, like what really life is like in
Right.
the gym, like how boxers really do this shit. But I'm gonna obviously give them some entertainment. But yo, boxing's
Exactly.
a joke thing now. Like honestly, straight up, like I feel like a lot of boxers have like lost
Their
the
mojo.
passion
Like
for the
honestly.
sport, for the
Yeah.
thing, fam. Like,
Yep.
cause bro, all people do is talk about money. Like back in the day when John was boxing, bro, a bunch of real boxers, like that shit was lit. Like guys in the gym all the time, sparring. Like the history back then is like it's crazy. Now it's just dumb. It's just dumb, flashy,
Right.
dumb. Just it's literally WWE now. Like the shit is
Right.
gone
Yeah.
over extreme, fam. It is crazy, but it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. And I
People are
think that
obsessed with that
honestly, I
shit.
do believe that like
But
I
yo, it
believe
takes
you
one
should have.
person.
Yep.
If I become world champ, it's over. I'm gonna make boxing like I'm gonna bring real boxing back. None of this
Yes. And that's the thing. It's
corny shit. I'm tired of
yes.
it.
And I think that that is, don't get me wrong. Yes. Boxing is a part of entertainment. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers and entertainers of all time. So, yes, you do want that sense of entertainment. You want to be entertained. But at
Yeah,
the same
entertainment is
time,
good,
I
but when
am
it becomes
a
a clown show, it's crazy.
yeah,
Like now
but
it's a
see, I am
circus.
a real I love boxing. Like I love to see the fighters. I'll be honest with you, I would rather, and this is just real talk. I like sports and things like that. Um, I'm not a fanatic,
Hmm.
but I love sports, especially live sports. And I will say this: I will take boxing over Sunday night football any day. And here's why. Because every time that fucking bell rings, those two fighters have to show how hungry they are.
Mhm.
It's just them.
Uh,
It's just them. You don't
right.
have a linebacker. You don't have a defense team. You don't have any of that. It
Nope.
is two people facing up. And you're going to see who's the hungriest by the end of that bout. And that's why I love boxing, because it takes out, even though, like you said, people, it's a joke because people want to be entertained. I think what people are missing is the reality of what's happening in that ring. These are two people facing off saying, look, I'm fucking hungry and I'm hungrier than you. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you my skills and I'm going to take you out. Like you said, I'm going to knock you out. Like, and let's go. You talked all that mess. You said what you were going to
Mhm.
do. Now we're here. It's just us. There's no press. There is nobody to defend you. It's just you and me. And in the end,
uh,
the hungriest always stands.
yeah, that's a
That's
fact.
it. Because the hungriest, and
Yeah.
the funny thing about it is when I say the hungriest, that is the person that locked into their skills, locked
Mhm.
into their discipline, locked into
Yeah.
their center, and balanced themselves and came out the winner. You can tell, like, and I love it. Let me stop because listen, I could go on and on with that shit, like for real, because it is. I'm telling you, I love it. Like I love boxing, and I think it's
Right.
dope that like I said, just talking to you and both of you, it is just amazing just how disciplined you are and how you see at 23, you see, like you said, it was different then. But what I love is you're gonna bring it back and you're gonna do it now. You see what I'm saying? It's you. You are the future of this. You're the future
Yeah,
of boxing.
inshallah. It only takes one fighter, bro, one champion to like stop all the BS. But
Yep.
the
Yep.
fighters could just fight each other.
I love it. I love
But
it.
yo, soon time, it's coming. Yo, Saudi Arabia is already making all these fights happen, putting up all these crazy numbers. They don't care about money, so it's honestly
Yeah.
the sport's coming back to life, again. Like everyone's taking L's, so I
Yeah.
honestly I feel like it's gonna change in the next couple of years. Like, a
Most
lot of fighters
definitely.
are gonna be fighting each other.
Because there's an energy out there. And honestly, just even in this interview, speaking about it, well, words have power. So the bottom line is, hey, we're speaking it into existence, a change, something new, something phenomenal. like yourself, something new, something
Uh,
phenomenal, you know?
Everyone's
And
getting tired of the undefeated shit. People want to see losses. People want to see real fights. Like people
right,
want to see,
exactly.
like, bro.
Real,
Honestly, real fights is better than like like, oh, okay, you went undefeated. But yo, your fights were boring to watch. Like there's guys
exactly.
like with 5, 6 L's that like I would watch any day
Yes.
of the week because I know they're gonna put on a sick fight.
Yes, yes. And that's what it's about. It's about, again, it's that warrior thing. You know what I'm saying? When you get in there, you want two guys that actually match up and you want to see them battle it out to the end. Who's going to actually win? Who's going to make it and be that last man standing? I'm all for all of that. I love that. I'm not going
Yeah.
to lie. I'm into that. So let me ask you this. What is next for you? What's coming up next?
Um. Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot coming. There's a lot like. So I can't say too much, but yo, I'm in Miami. I'm training. Life is different now. I'm obviously gonna be moving a lot faster. You know what I mean? I'm
Yes,
gonna be
yes.
fighting a lot more. So but yo, hopefully I can get a. I want to fight out here in Miami. So
Okay.
maybe I can get a fight here in October,
Hey, y'all heard it here first.
in September.
Miami, get
Yeah,
your boxers ready.
Miami.
Get your life in order. All you boxers out there, you want to fight, get in the gym, get your
For
trainer,
sure.
get trained up.
For sure. And then
Hey, he's
after, if
ready.
I fight in Miami, I want to go to Asia, fight there for like 3, 4, 5 fights.
Awesome.
Maybe go to
Awesome.
Colombia. I want to go to Colombia, Asia, stack up some fights, and then just come back to America and take over. You know what I mean?
Awesome. I love it. I
Take
love it.
over.
I love it. So, John, how do you prepare for that, like those travels, those
Well,
getting.
I'm used to that. Traveling. I've been, and believe it or not, uh, I started traveling for boxing full time when I was 12 years old. I was
Oh
just travel
wow.
all over the place. So, the thing is just that because I live in Pembroke Pines, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
right there down by Miami. So it's just get Paige ready for his next fight. Get him
Mm-hmm.
some good sparring. Just get him ready. I mean, he has all the talent in the world, and it's just find him maybe get a few. Maybe he just needs about 2 or 3 fights, and he's ready to get right back in the top 10 fighting these guys that don't really want to fight him. The problem with Paige is here's a problem I had. He's highly avoided by fighters. They avoid him like a
Mm.
plague, like he has a plague or something. And I had the same problem as when I was fighting. So I understand his dilemma. It's just we got to
Mm.
get him with a good promoter that's going to be able to back him. And there are a few that are out there. They're not big name, but they're definitely guys that can get him where he needs to get to. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to get him with a good promoter that's willing to you know put Paige on frequently, more than just twice a year. But
Right.
they have promoters that do that, and I have connections with a couple of them. So we just got to get him to the right one, and then you'll see more
Awesome.
of a Paige. The public see more of him, and which would be nice.
Awesome. 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 And Paige, I wanted to ask you because I asked John. Now I'm gonna ask you because you
Mm-hmm.
ultimately have a say so in who trains you. You have an ultimate decision in saying yes and no. What made you say yes to John being your trainer?
On the GOAT. On the Hall of Famers, point blank, period. You know what I mean? Like, he's a Hall of Famer boxer, most importantly. And he coached like some good people, you know what I mean? And for me, like, okay, I already have a coach, you know what I mean? Like when I'm amateur boxing, like who built me, my coach, my actual coach who built me, he like in my eyes, like from what I know from boxing, like the science and the art of everything, my amateur coach knows what the fuck he's talking about. So like when it comes to boxing, this guy is like he knows everything. Like he's the master splinter over there. Now John, like amateur boxing is different though. Like my coach is an amateur boxing coach, so like pro and the amateurs are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand that pro boxing and amateur boxing. very different. You know what I mean? They're the same sport, but it's very different in fighting. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
very different. So in my eyes, I was thinking like, yo, John, he's a pro boxer and he's been a world champ. So this guy, he's been in the exact situations that I'm finna be in my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy's lived the life that I'm gonna live. Been a world champ. He's been there. He's been on that stage. He's been through these crazy rounds that
Right.
I might go through. Like, the guy has the experience that I need. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So if I'm in the
Awesome.
corner and I've been like it's the 10th round and John, bro, he might have been through the exact same situation as me. So now John can give me that, like, that advice that I need that maybe Dana couldn't give me because he never experienced that. You know
Right.
what I mean? And then
Right.
on top of that, now that John's experienced all that and he's a world champ, bro, this guy's done it with as a coach. Like he's coached world champions, got them belts and all that. So he's been through like every possible situation. And John's a
Right.
good boxer. Like he knows how to box. Like I'm not going to some retard that just is just a brawler. You know what I mean? Like he knows nothing about boxing. Like I'm actually taking advice from someone who knows boxing,
Right.
like my coach, and like
Right.
him, John and my coach kind of think the same kind of way. Like they have like the same kind of boxing IQ, the way they think, the way like how their system of boxing, like how they want to fight, it kind of all correlates together. So like
Right.
going to him is just obviously just it's like a puzzle piece. Like just
Right.
and the guy's the perfect fit for me. I need something like that if I want to go to the next level. Especially if
Awesome.
as an amateur, you need like someone who's a pro coach to like because the pro game is so much different to the amateur
Right.
game.
Right.
It's so much different.
Right. And I definitely
So
can
John was
understand
just the
that.
perfect fit. John would be the perfect fit for a lot of fighters. Just alhamdulillah, I'm just a lucky guy that John just liked me. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
You got him.
You know what I mean? I
That
just got
is
lucky.
awesome. That is awesome. Give me 1 second. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. You guys stay tuned in, stay locked in. It's GC Radio, baby.
This is LP, and you can catch me on GC Radio Smooth Jazz and GC Radio R&B on the Chill Factor, Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on GCRadioHub.com.
Okay, we are back. It's your girl King Glow. You already know the vibe. It's GC Radio, baby. Go to gcradiohub.com for all your favorite hits and music and genres. And to find out what we're doing and to see all of these exclusive interviews if you have missed them. You can always catch us on Facebook. You can always catch us on YouTube. The whole nine. You already know it's GC Radio, baby. It's your girl King Glow. And we are back with our interview with Paige Suchit and John Jackson. So I wanted to, I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. I've taken up some of your time, but I'm enjoying this interview because I do love the points that you guys are making. And so we've talked about what's next in the future, travels and fighting abroad. And, you a new resident in Miami. And I just want to give you the opportunity to let everyone know where they can find you on social media so that they can follow you and know what's going on. Give you that opportunity to let the viewers know.
Oh yeah, for sure. You guys can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Paige Suchit. You see the name right there, Paige Suchit. Paige Hollywood Suchit. Doesn't really matter. You can find me everywhere on Paige Suchit. Like straight up. I
All
drop
right.
videos every day. I'm up with the
Awesome.
content, I'm here in Miami, so I'm gonna be going viral very soon.
Yes, yes. And
Probably
John,
link up with Ryan
Yeah.
Garcia in a minute.
okay.
I'm old school, so I don't do as much. Mine, you can find me on Instagram, John David Jackson 63, or Action Jackson Boxing Academy. I have those two Instagram websites, so our pages. So that's where you find me.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
All right. Did you have any questions?
No, just listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, say hi to Paige.
Hi. Nice to see you.
We do have people that drop in, so we always invite them to the stage if they want to say hi or ask a
Okay.
question.
Okay.
So this is Paige Suchit. He is Paige Hollywood Suchit. He is a world-renowned boxer. He is 23 years old and has accomplished a lot of things in such a short span. And this is his manager, one of his managers, John Jackson, and he is a two-time world champion himself. So you are in a GC Radio on the Go live interview, and you can just say
Okay.
hi to both of them.
Nice to see you guys.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Serena, for joining us. I am going to bring you back down. I just wanted to bring you up so that you
Okay.
can say hi. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. And you're welcome to stay. But I did want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate the interview. I do appreciate you guys taking the time out. You guys have been, again, one of my favorite interviews. I am so glad that I did this interview. Thank you guys so much. Paige, you are one of the most humblest people I've ever met in my life with such big energy. Big energy. And I
Big
love it.
energy.
I love it. Yeah, it's like Lottie Poe, big energy. Like that's one of my favorite songs, Lottie Poe, big energy. And you just remind me of that, just this big energy. And I love it. I will say this: continue to live in your greatness and walk in your power because you are a most powerful being. And I think that I know that you are on your way to even more greatness. Keep doing your thing, John. Keep being the awesome person that you are. Continue to live in your greatness and walk in your power and nurture these giants, these beings that it's a blessing to be that vessel used to guide this talent and this
When
gift. Go
One thing
ahead.
can I say quickly? Yeah.
Yeah.
For all the fans, if you get a chance, please tune in to the Zone July 27th for Clarissa Shields'
oh
next defense.
yeah,
I'm right now in Atlanta, Georgia, training for the next fight,
July
which is July
27th.
27th from Detroit. If you can't be there,
Listen,
go on the Zone and check it out.
Can you repeat that? Say that one more time for everyone.
Yeah, for all the fans out
July
there, if you get a chance,
27th
please,
at the
July
Zone.
27th and on the Zone from Detroit, Michigan at the Little Caesars Palace Arena. Clarissa Shield will be defending, actually going for a new title as a light heavyweight. So please come and check that. If you can't be there personally, check it out on DAZN television.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we will be following you guys. We will make sure that we keep up. I hope that this is not our last interview with you guys. I would love to have you back after you have another championship going on, or even before the fight. I would love to have an interview with you before your next fight. Please enjoy yourself and be safe in Miami. You enjoy yourself and be safe in Atlanta. You guys, it was great, great, great talking to you guys. Is there anything you want to end the show with?
No, thank you for having me on the
Appreciate you
show.
having us down there on your show. We appreciate that.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. And to all of our viewers and listeners, to our radio audience, we will be posting the audio of this. We will be putting it on the radio. So you guys who missed it, you will be able to listen to this interview on the radio. That's right. You'll be able to listen to it on gcradiohub.com. And you will be able to view the video. You can go to our GC Radio Facebook group. You can also go to Chief Inglewood's page, and it will be on YouTube. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for listening. Again, continue to live in your greatness and walk in your power. It's your girl, King Glow. You already know the vibe. It's GC Radio, baby. Thank you.
I'm out.